Please fill in the blanks. When the altitude is drawn to the hypotenuse of a right triangle, then the two triangles formed are similar to the original triangle and to each other. Okay, so directly below that, in that space, let's go ahead and show what this looks like. So make a right triangle. Let's label it triangle A, B, C. So this is just like we started with the triangle that I gave you. Then what did we do? We made an altitude going to the hypotenuse, so as best as you can, just eyeball a line that looks like it would be perpendicular to the hypotenuse. Label that point of intersection D. So we've got an altitude going to the hypotenuse in a right triangle. So that means that the two triangles then created are similar to the original triangle, right? So can we identify them? So what you're going to do for every single one of these problems is you are going to make a sketch of your three triangles: large, medium, small. You should be doing this. And then you're going to label your large, medium, and small vertices and important parts. So in my original large triangle, which vertex was the right angle? B. My long leg went up to A, and my short leg went up to C. So long, short, long, short, long, short. Keep it consistent. Now let's go up to this top triangle here. I'll highlight it in purple. Now where is your right angle? In that purple triangle. At which letter? D. Right? So now my right angle is at D. Now I've got two legs. I've got AD and I got DB. Which out of those two is the long leg? Up to A. So I'm going to put A up here. Notice this and this. These will always be the same. Okay. And my short leg goes to B. Good. Okay, so now let's go down to the, let me get a different color, bottom triangle in green. Where's your right angle? Still at D. And this will always be the same. Your right angles for both of these will always be the same letter. Now out of DC and DB, which is the longer leg?
B.
D to B. Now here's the trick. If DB is the short leg here, you getting this, Nate? Then DB has to be the long leg over here. If you got DB here, you will not have DB here. So DB goes up for your long leg, and then I'm left with DC being my short leg. Those are your similar triangles. Okay. So I wanted to write a similarity statement. I could say triangle ABC, similar to triangle ABB, similar to triangle BDC. All right, which is what we're going to do in the first example. So let's see if we've got this. So here I have triangle GFH. Now, just to simplify my life, I don't care about the original orientation of the triangle. I just always make my triangles look like this, with the long leg on the left and the short leg on the bottom. Can you put it away, please? So, original triangle has a right angle at which letter? Original
G.
Would be this, so G, right? Just think about the original if you flipped it. My long leg would go to H or F? H, good. Short leg is going to go to F. All right, so now let's look at the medium triangle, which is this one over here on the right. My right angle is at J. Long leg goes up to H, which should make sense. These and these should always be the same. Short leg goes to G. Triangle on the left. My right angle again is at J. My long leg goes up to G. Short leg goes to F. Short leg, F. So now can you write a similarity statement? Triangle HGF would be similar to what?
Triangle
H, good, JG, which would be similar to triangle GJF. So there are your three similar triangles. So it's not hard, it's just you gotta take the time to make your three triangles and make them complete. All right, so now let's use this idea to solve for unknown parts in our triangles. So again, for every single problem on your homework, you are going to make your three triangles. And I don't care what the actual triangle looks like. I want to make sure my right angle is always in the lower left, and I want to make it obvious, long leg, short leg, long leg, short leg, long leg, short leg. All right, my right angle for the original big one is at which letter? D. Long leg goes up to E, good. Short leg goes to G. Let's go to that top triangle. My right angle is at F. Long leg goes up to E. Remember, this and this should be the same. So then my short leg goes to D. Small triangle, my right angle is at F. My long leg, well, my long leg has to be FD. If it's a short here, then it has to be the long over here. So I'm going to put D up top, which makes my short leg be FG. Excuse me, I had a tickle in my throat. All right, so let's fill in everything they give us. DE is what length? Some water. DE is what length? 8. So wherever I see a DE, we're going to put an 8. So I've got a DE there on my left triangle. Where else do I have a DE? The hypotenuse of the middle. Do I have a DE anywhere else? Okay. DG is 6. Where else do I have a DG? Hypotenuse of the small. GE is 10. Do I have any other GEs anywhere? Nope. Where's my X?
in the middle.
Well, which side?
Oh,
FD. So everywhere I have an FD or DF, I'm going to put an X. Okay, so now let's see if we can make a proportion. If I ignore this small triangle, so I'll stand in front of it, using these first two, can you make a proportion to solve for X?
yeah.
What would you do?
X over 8.
So if you did X over 6, then you would have to do 8 over 10. Good. Would it be possible to use the last one and the first one? Would you still be able to do a proportion?
Yes.
We could do X over
8.
8. I'm just going to write
I
it.
thought it was, but then.
And equal it to 6 over 10. Do you still get the same cross products? Yeah, you do. All right, so let's go ahead and solve that. So 10x equals 48. X equals 4.8. Okay. Now, is it necessary to put the letters every time? No. I personally do not do that. If you need to do it to keep your brain in track, feel free to do that. But this next example, I am not going to take the time to put the letters in. Okay, so 3 triangles. Set it up. Large, medium, small. Long, short, long, short, long, short. In my original triangle, Sam, what information do they give us?
That LJ is 24.
So that's the hypotenuse. So I'm going to mark my hypotenuse on the large one as 24. Do I have anything else?
KJ is Y.
And is that the long or the short leg?
The short leg.
Good. So I'm going to put that down here. Perfect. Now let's go to that top triangle here, which I re-highlighted. Do I know the hypotenuse?
No.
Do I know the short leg?
No.
Do I know the long leg?
Yes.
I could by doing what? 24 minus 9, which is 15. Okay. Now let's go to the small triangle over here. Do I know the hypotenuse?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, it is y, opposite the right angle.
Oh, yeah.
Do I know the long leg?
No.
No. Do I know the short leg?
Yeah.
It's 9. All right, so since the middle triangle doesn't give me anything but 15, I'm probably not going to use it. Now can you make a proportion to solve for y? What would it be? Y over 24 equals 9 over y would work. When we cross multiply that, what's y times y?
1,
Y squared. Let's give myself space here. Y squared is equal to 216. How do you undo a square?
multiply.
Nope.
Divide.
Square root it.
Ah.
Now think back to our geometric mean. How do you simplify that? What's the largest perfect square that we can get to go into 216?
Just calculate
Is it 64?
No, that's too big.
36.
Times.
6.
Yes.
8.
It is 36 times 6. So what does that simplify to?
6 over, 6 square root 6.
Good.
How we say?
6 square root 6. Okay. All right, let's do the last one. Again, I know the 3 triangle seems tedious, but if you just get in the habit of doing it, it shouldn't take too quick. Because there are little shortcuts to memorize with different proportions, and you're like saying leg over projection, projection over leg. I think that's just confusing. All right, so what do we know? Do I know the hypotenuse of the original?
No.
Try again.
Yes.
How long?
5.
5. Good. 3 plus 2.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Now I need to decide, am I going to put that X on the long leg or the short leg?
The long.
If I put it on, so let's put it on the short for now and see what happens. So now let's go to this triangle here. What do I know about that? What would X be?
3.
X would go on the hypotenuse. Where would the 3 go? Well, so let's look here. Look at the right triangle. This obviously is the long over here. It's a little bit more obvious, which means it should be the short over here, which makes that the long. Hold on, did I put X? I put 3 there. That should have been
Yeah,
X.
I was confused at first, but then I was like, I was
Sorry.
just going with it.
No, don't go with it. Now go to the small triangle. The only thing I know there is that 2 is the short. Can I set up any type of proportion?
No.
No. So that means I probably placed this in the wrong spot. Where should it go to? It should go to the
5.
long. So if I put it there, now can you do a proportion?
Yes.
What would it be?
X over 5.
Equals,
3. No.
yep,
3 over 2.
nope,
X.
3 over x, right? Which gets me x squared equals 15. Can I simplify the square root of 15? No. It was 9, 4, 16. Don't divide into that. Okay, questions? So it's just a matter of getting those 3 triangles set up so that you guys have it. All right.